Matthew chapter number 22, verses number 30 through 33. For in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have ye not read that which was spoken unto you by God, saying, I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob? God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. And when they heard this, they were astonished at his doctrine. Christ is dispelling a belief that some had, that the resurrection of the dead would be just bringing a person back to life in their same body. And we find that this was a prevalent form of thinking because the Apostle Paul dealt with the same thing. They questioned if there is a resurrection of the dead and what type of body would they come back as. And Paul dealt with this and talks about how a seed is planted and comes back in a different body. And this is what Christ is stating. Those that are involved in the resurrection of the dead will be completely different than we are now. Angels in heaven is what we look to be like spirits. Angels do not procreate. Angels do not get married and make little angels. Neither do demons get married and make little demons. Only flesh and blood. God gave the ability to procreate in this physical world. The spiritual world do not procreate that way. Also, Christ addressed, for you Sadducees that don't believe in the resurrection of the dead, God is so sure of the resurrection of the dead until he said he's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In other words, he's the God of the living Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not the dead. God will raise them from the dead. So there will be a resurrection from the dead. And each will have to give an account of what they have done in their bodies. So this is what the Lord is telling them. They didn't know the powers of God. God's going to completely change things. God, in the name of Jesus, have your way. Be glorified. Help your people everywhere.